Live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's, for your next Maine adventure, will begin shortly.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Your live interactive Weather Authority coverage, sponsored by Rennie's, starts right now.
Good evening, everyone. It's back to winter. Hope everybody's having a nice night. Thanks for joining us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. Not Twitter, X. I got in trouble for that last night. But yeah, we're in good shape for a sunny day on tap for tomorrow. Of course, temperatures have been seasonably cool. The wind was a big story today. Some of you had some interesting snow last night. The big story going into the weekend will be a storm on Saturday. It's an all-day event. We're tracking snow mix rain out of this one. The good news is we're not expecting coastal flooding. We're not expecting strong winds. So this will be just a precip type adventure for our Saturday. Speaking of adventure, thanks to Rennie's for sponsoring this segment here in Maine Adventure. We are looking at a decent looking stretch of weather after this Saturday storm system, and a lot of you might be checking in tonight to figure out what the heck's going to be going on this Saturday. So we'll go through all of that. Hope everybody's having a pretty good evening here. We have some sun returning tomorrow. In fact, tomorrow's probably the best part of the next several days. So let's get out and enjoy tomorrow. Sunday's looking pretty good as well. All right, let's start you off with our daily planner forecast. Tonight's going to be a little bit easier. If you joined us last night on this weather extra segment, I only had one monitor for some reason, but the monitor reappeared in our digital studio, so I was having a hard time going back and forth. But we've got the weather graphics back. We're back in shape here, so we're in good shape now. All right, it looks like a bunch of you are checking in here, so this is all good news. Look for some sun to return tomorrow. Tomorrow's a nice day. If tomorrow was in February, we'd say, okay, tomorrow's great. But it's late March, heading into April. Tomorrow does look seasonably cool, but not by all that much. Normal high is in the mid-40s. And I think we'll be in the upper 30s. There's still a bit of a breeze, but instead of those gusts over 40 like we had today, we'll get some gusts around 20 to 25 miles per hour. Speaking of wind gusts, we have some gusts 25 to 35 miles per hour continuing tonight. Right now at 31 miles per hour in Portland, still hurricane force up at the summit of Mount Washington, where there was a massive avalanche. I don't know if you guys get a chance to see that. That was on the Mount Washington avalanche page, and it was pretty interesting to see. It was one of the bigger avalanches I've seen up in Tuckerman Ravine. So that happened between the 19th and 20th, so either yesterday or the day before. We are looking at some snow moving in on Saturday, and speaking of the mountains, they'll get the jackpot. It'll be about 8 to 14 probably. North of Route 2, that's where the jackpot's going to be. Even in the mountains, though, you may see a mix and change over to sleet for a little while. That bears watching. That might be the only thing that could really screw things up in the forecast in the mountains. Coastal areas, 1 to 3 inches, and I think it's all going to wash away. I think we're going to get rain. So it's snow to rain. But there will be some slippery travel early in the day, and that will be on Saturday. We'll nail down the timing for you in a second here. But in between there'll be a variety of snow accumulations, going back to maybe the Sebago Lake region, 3 to 6, Lewiston to Augusta. You're probably in the upper end of the 3 to 6 or the lower end of the 5 to 9, somewhere in there. Northern Androscoggin County all the way back into maybe the Paris, Norway area. Oh, we'll call it Paris. 5 to 9, upper end of the 5 to 9 there. Bridgeton, probably 5 to 9 for you. Southern Franklin County, you end up in the 5 to 9 as well. But again, the mountains will get the jackpot out of this one. All right, let's take a look at our satellite radar. We have the back edge of our storm from this morning. That's moving out. We'll get back to the snow map in a second here. I just want to figure, I would say probably 90% of you are interested in that, so might as well show that right off the top, right? Winter storm watches are already in effect. The way to think of this, in the watch area, which includes interior Cumberland County, Androscoggin County, Kennebec County, northern Waldo County, Carroll County, Coos County, Oxford, Franklin, Somerset County, we got them all there, at least in our viewing area. In that area, you can expect the potential for a half-foot of snow or more. So that's what the watch means. If a warning is issued, that's when you think, that's when the Weather Service says, yep, you're going to get a half foot or more. My guess is we'll probably get some advisories south, winter weather advisories, and winter storm warnings north and west. We'll revisit that tomorrow, of course, and that will be issued by the Weather Service. So let's take a look at where the storm is right now. The storm is in a couple pieces. We have this little piece up here, this little piece down here, and they will be coming together to form a sort of a long duration event. I think that's kind of unique about this one is it starts before sunrise and it ends after sunset. It's an all-day event. So let's highlight the timing here. Timing of the start is going to be 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. on Saturday. This is 8 a.m. It's already snowing for many hours at this point. So we're seeing snow that mixes in the pink color right there and the rain and the green, the yellow color right there. That's slowly drifting off to the north. And we will get a change over to wintry mix, being sleet, freezing rain over inland parts of Maine and New Hampshire. The coastal areas will get a change over, probably plain rain for a good chunk of this storm because we have first warmer air working in at a few thousand feet. And we also have warmer air close to the coastline working right at the ground level. So inland areas, that cold air at the ground level might be stubborn for a little while. That's why you'll get raindrops falling and instantly freezing. We call that freezing rain and sleet. While coastal areas, the warm air just comes in, or the warmer air comes in. So we'll see a change over to rain there. And the mountains hold on to mostly snow. I mean, that's the way it should be, right? In a spring storm system, right? You know, the ski resorts get a good shot in the arm for late March heading into April, and the rest of us, well, we'll get more rain than snow. In fact, the snow that we get is going to be washing away for the coastline. That's why I think it's going to go down. It bears watching. We're still a couple days out, so we're probably going to have to play with this a little bit. But we nailed down the timing of 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. for start time. Let's highlight 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. for an end time. There's the back edge of the rain mix in mountain snow exiting off to the northeast. And Sunday looks to be a pretty good-looking day. And we were joking earlier. We're saying, well, it's going to be so cold on Sunday and so windy on Sunday, I'd urge everyone to stay away from the ski resorts. We're just joking, of course, because we want shorter lift lines. Let's see if we can affect that. But yeah, it's. I think I'm going to try to take the kids skiing on Sunday. We'll see how it works out. But it looks to be a good-looking day on Sunday. Still a bit breezy, though. So again, I'm just joking. I urge everyone to get out and enjoy the weather on Sunday. 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, out of the gates with temps in the teens, so it feels like winter, right? I mean, it's not spring-like at all. We'll call it fading sun tomorrow. The clouds will slowly increase, but tomorrow's a mostly sunny day. We'll go partly sunny late. But temperatures tomorrow will top out in the 30s. I think most areas will have highs in the mid to upper 30s. The mountains will be cooler. Here's the leading edge of some of that snow. It's getting in here between 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. Saturday, and it's cold enough at the ground level and above to support all snow to start. So everyone gets some snowfall initially. But we're going to see that warmer air working in at several thousand feet above us. That's going to turn us over to sleet and freezing rain. Let's take you to about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I think this storm tracker is a very good handle on how this is going to all evolve here. We're probably going to see that change over to sleet and freezing rain in that pink color right there as temperatures stay below freezing. So we're probably talking about sleet, freezing rain. Let's remember, raindrops falling, instantly freezing. That's when you get the ping, ping, ping on the window and the windshield. That sleet, freezing rain is when raindrops are falling and they don't have a chance to actually freeze and become ice pellets. Instead, they fall as a raindrop and then instantly freeze on any object that is below freezing. So the power lines, the trees, that's when you get that nice glaze of ice. That's pretty, but it's nobody wants that. Coastal areas, we're looking at all rain at this point, and we probably have to be concerned about the potential for poor drainage flooding and urban flooding. So if you're traveling on Saturday, midday and afternoon, along the coastal plain, there'll probably be a lot of puddles, and the snow is going to wash away. It's just not a big snow event for coastal areas. At least I don't think it will be. And stay tuned just in case we need to update that. But the mountains, you're going to get a decent amount of snow out of this one. There'll be spots that stay mostly, if not all, snow throughout the afternoon and going into the evening hours on your Saturday. The back edge moves out late Saturday night. We have the little weather warn icon up here for, didn't mean to do that, sorry. The weather warn icon for snow. And that's inland areas only. I came really close to putting a flood icon on there for a potential for poor drainage flooding. We're probably going to have to do that. I think the Weather Service may end up issuing a flood watch for stream poor drainage and urban flooding for the coastal plains. So we'll just have to see how the temperature profile works out, but I think it's going to be more rain than snow for the coastal plain. There's the rain mix and mountain snow at this point, Saturday night. That's all moving out. And this is the time range we were highlighting, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. for the back edge. There's the back edge right there, and that is working its way off to the northeast pretty quickly. Sunday looks great. I think we'll see a lot of sun. It's a bit breezy out there. Sunday, temperatures will be in the 20s and 30s. I think we're probably going to top out in the 30s on Sunday. Should be a pretty good-looking day to end out the weekend. The interesting thing about Sunday and Monday, I was talking to Ryan about this. There'll be some high thin clouds. Going back to Sunday, it looked like it was a sunny sky there, but it's filtered sun. There will be clouds that are very, very high in the atmosphere, higher than I think I've seen a long time, probably around 30,000 feet in elevation. It's very, very high for clouds. Usually our high clouds are like 20,000 feet. So there's a lot of modeling indicating that clouds are going to be very high. I don't know, it's probably not a big deal, but it's something that caught my eye today. Either way, though, when they're that high, they're made of ice crystals and the sun can filter through. So we'll get a little bit of sun Sunday and Monday, or a mixture of sun and clouds. All right, a lot of you folks are wondering how much snow we're going to get. And if you live in this area right here, I probably would not focus on the snow because you're going to get some, but it's probably going to wash away. That's how I think it's going to go down anyway, at least the coastline. Everybody's hearing snow, snow, snow. Well, I'd start focusing on rain, 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 as rain is going to be a bigger deal in these areas right here. Good news for some of the ski resorts up in here. They're going to get 8 to 14 inches, 8 to 14 plus. There'll be some spots that get over 14 inches if we can hold off the sleet. I was just updating some of the backcountry ski locations that I wish I had the paper with me, but it's pretty crazy how much snow that a lot of these areas have received over the last 2 weeks in the mountains. Mount Washington has picked up 46 inches of snow. I think it was in Hermit Lake over 40 inches of snow, which is on the east side of Mount Washington. Gray Knob, which is Mount Adams, Mount Madison, one of those two. Mount Madison, I think. No, it's Mount Adams. I don't know. Anyway, it's Northern Presidential's. Over 40 inches of snow is accumulated there in the last 2 weeks. Snow stakes are up over 25, 30 inches of snow. So the mountains are doing very, very well. They've been getting nickeled and dimed for snow in the White Mountains of New Hampshire and spots in the Western Mountains of Maine. There are many areas up towards Sugarloaf, Saddleback. They've been getting a lot of snow over the last, kind of sneaky snow that's been nickeling and diming, 8 inches here, 5 inches there. And there's been a lot of snow in this area. So just a quick recap of what we're expecting for snowfall amounts with this one on Saturday. Coastal areas, probably 1 to 3. It's going to wash away. I think it's gone by probably early afternoon. And 3 to 6, I think the east side of Sebago Lake gets in the 3 to 6 range. The north side of Sebago Lake might get in the upper end of the 5, well, probably get in the 5 to 9 inch range. But you get through some of the hills of York County, you'll get in the 3 to 6. Lewiston, Augusta, you're probably in the upper end of the 3 to 6 or the low end of the 5 to 9. We'll call it 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. 5 or 6. That's my guess for Lewiston and Augusta. As we get up towards northern Androscoggin County, as you get towards like Livermore, for instance, Turner Green, these areas can get a little bit more. You get some more elevation in those areas as well. And you get up into the Belgrade Lakes area in northern Kennebec County, 5 to 9 for you. Bridgeton probably gets in the 5 to 9. You get up towards the fishtail of Cumberland County. Freiburg gets in the 5 to 9. Conway area is probably in the 5 to 9 as well. And this is hoping that we can hold off the rain. I feel pretty confident we're going to mix with at least some sleet, maybe some freezing rain there. But my hope is you get enough snow on the front end that you'll end up with 5 to 9 before you see the changeover. But these areas, I'd say north of that contour, let's call it Route 2 points north. Well, Route 2 runs right through here. But I would say north of that first line I drew right there, that darker contour, you have a pretty good shot at getting over 8 inches of snow. And there will be some spots, if you stay all snow and don't mix with sleet, you'll be over the 14-inch range. So pretty good shot in the arm for the ski resorts. All right, we'll leave it at that. Rainfall amounts now, probably not what you want to see. A lot of this is going to translate to snow in the mountains, so you can disregard all this stuff up in the mountains here. A lot of that's going to kind of fall as snow. But I think there'll be spots that get over 2 inches of rain. That's why I think we may have to hoist a weather warning for the potential for flooding for coastal areas. It's funny, when we come into work today and yesterday, a lot of folks ask, how much snow we get? How much snow we get? And we should probably start talking about rain in those areas there. So, I mean, focus on snow, but I mean, focus on the rain as well, if you live in those areas. 7-day, tomorrow's great. The storm Saturday, Sunday's better. Sunday's a lot better, a little breezy though. Now, we talked about those clouds. I don't know why I'm fixated on these clouds. Clouds going to be like 30,000 feet in elevation. Very, very high. I don't think I've seen them that high before. It's because there's an ocean storm that's a pretty strong ocean storm. We'll get some high thin clouds associated with those. So we'll call it filtered sun Sunday, Monday. And another round of precip moves in Wednesday, Thursday. So I think we're going to get some showers and some rain at some point in there, in that window. And temperatures will stay seasonably cool right into early next week. Note those lows are dipping in the teens and 20s. There's that weather warn icon for snow. And we'll probably need a little bit of, in coastal areas, probably need a weather warn icon for flooding, poor drainage flooding, maybe some stream flooding, urban flooding, that kind of thing. We're not expecting coastal flooding, thank goodness. Wouldn't you believe it? Finally, our tides are running astronomically low for a storm. But winds are not an issue, I don't think, with a storm system. So I don't think we're dealing with, we wouldn't be dealing with coastal flooding either way. Power outages, yeah, where you get heavy, wet snow, it's possible you get some outages, but winds aren't much of an issue. So I think this is just a precip type event more than anything. Snow and that mix and that rain. So here we are again, 5 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. All snow, then we're transitioning to sleet, freezing rain, and rain, and that pink and purple color right there, and that's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And a lot of folks have plans. I know my family does too, and my wife was saying, okay, you know, the kids are going here, kids are going here. You know, will events get canceled? It's possible, especially inland. So that's something to keep an eye on. And temperatures will play a big role in this. Notice the temps from Lewiston to Augusta, we're running in the 20s here. At the coastline, we're above freezing. And we're probably, that's probably how it's going to go down. Quick look at some of the comments. I hope everyone's doing well tonight. Maybe we can check in on some of these people. So check on some of the folks. Troy can't wait for the warm temperatures. I'm with you, Troy. Actually, I don't mind this. I've been kind of secretly hoping for more snow. I'll tell you why I'm secretly hoping for more snow. Back in February, we were saying keep an eye on mid to late March because you could see it coming. I mean, it was just kind of had that look of blocking in Canada, active pattern. So, you know, this was actually well forecast. You can see this one coming weeks out as far as like the active pattern and the cooler stretch. So that was good. We're happy about that. Frank says, I'd like to know how hot it's supposed to be this year. Maybe this summer, Frank, I think it's going to be a hot and humid summer. I think it's an active hurricane season. But I haven't worked too much on the summer forecast, but very different summer than last summer. It's not going to be cold and wet like it was last year. Hot and humid, that's going to be the theme. Heat and humidity. Back to beach weather, right? Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, Portland always gets the rain. We're going to change over to rain. Yep, it's the way it looks. It is March. I don't know. This is not a traditional nor'easter either, though. Hey, thanks, Janice. Thank you very much for your kind words. Augusta, 5 to 9. Low end of the 5 to 9, Troy. Yeah, 5, 6. That's my guess. Frank says, hate all this rain. It makes the water too high for fishing. Oh, yeah. You know, I didn't think of that. That's a good point. Well, we've had our share of rainfall. We've had a pretty wet stretch over the last several months. Yeah, Frank, you probably haven't been happy fishing then, right? All right, Troy says hi from Augusta. Get your milk and bread. Get your milk and bread. Nah, you'll be fine. This one's manageable. I like it though. Milk and bread. No, we got this one. Monmouth is right on the line. Yeah, Monmouth. Up that way you'll get Monmouth. Probably the upper end of the 3 to 6. What's 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. look like in Augusta? It's probably snow changing to sleet and freezing rain, and maybe some rain up there, Caitlin. Stay tuned tomorrow. The storm is way out here tonight. So let's take a look. There it is. You kind of see the storms in pieces here and here. So we want the exact time in Augusta. There it is when it comes there. But it's amazing how close we can get, right? So yeah, stay tuned tomorrow. We'll probably have to play with its numbers and times just a little bit. But isn't that cool though? Look at that. The storm's like 2,000 miles away. And we're like, at 1 p.m., it's going to be doing this in Augusta. The science of meteorology has come a long way. It's pretty cool. What will it be like in Waterville and Skowhegan area? All right. Let's see, Patty. Hope I answered your question earlier. We can go through it again. Why not? We have all the time in the world. This is the internet. We can do anything we want, right? Here's the timing. You'll start to snow. And there is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You're probably still snowing. And you'll probably change over at least some sleet from Waterville to, I don't know, Skowhegan might stay mostly, if not all snow. It'll be close. But I think you will see at least a little bit of sleet in that area. Rain, snow, or both in Bridgeton. I think you'll, can I add a few more precip types for you, Shauna? I think it'll be snow to sleet to freezing rain. I'm not convinced you'll see any rain in Bridgeton. Snow, sleet, and freezing rain. Or snow and sleet, at least. I think that's what we'll do in Bridgeton. Snow and sleet. But you might get a little bit of freezing rain, too. When's the switch in South Portland? Oh, it happens in the probably late morning, somewhere in there. The snow starts around 4 a.m. and it snows for a few hours, and then boom, just like that. It'll change over, I think. All right. All right. Frank says, when I was growing up in the 80s, it was this time. You're right. Yeah, so you're probably talking about the 84 flood. The 1984 flood. It was 86. That was the 86 flood. Sorry. Yeah, there was a lot of snow melt. 1936 flood was the big flood that everybody remembers in the spring. You got the snow melt and the rain on top of it. Yeah. So you might have had some school cancellations back then. Yeah. Flooding can be an issue in the springtime. We don't have a deep snowpack though, so not this year. Yeah, you're in the upper end of the 3 to 6 mark, or the lower end of the 5 to 9. I don't think you're getting crazy totals in Waterville. Pretty manageable. I think yeah, you probably want to know for plowing concerns. Yeah, there's a chance, Caitlin, but I think it's a low probability. I don't think wind is much of an issue. I think we'll be in good shape there. I hope, Janice, I think you'll be in good shape. First day of fishing. All right, let's see. I think I've answered everyone's question. Cindy says she hopes it melts quickly. Yeah, I'm with you. It will. It's going to rain next week for a little while. Widespread power outages, Brandon. Nah, I don't think so. I hope you had a good time at the Celtics game, the main Celtics game the other day, Brandon. Saw your update. I hope we don't get much snow, Diane says. Thanks for everybody for checking in. Yeah, windy day, Barbie, huh? Wow, it was nutty up there. We had a peak wind gust of 44 miles per hour in Portland. All right, stay safe. You too, Janice. Thank you. This one's manageable. We're in good shape. This is not going to be a crippling storm. We'll be fine. How about Waterville? Corey says, all right, I just checked in with Waterville there. Yeah, Waterville, you're probably in lower end of 5 to 9. 5, 6, 7, somewhere in there. Klein says, yeah, that's what happened, right? Hold my drink. Yeah, it's just March, Funny thing is we saw this one coming, though, even 3 weeks out. Like, keep an eye on late March, It's fun when it works out that way. All right, I think I went through everybody's question. If I didn't, I hope I answered your question. Lewiston, Lisbon area. Okay, 3 to 6. Upper end of 3 to 6 in Lewiston. Winds with a storm, Cat. Nah, winds aren't an issue. There it is. This takes us to, see all that rain coming up? Oh, that's ugly, right? So we'll probably have to do a weather warning for poor drainage flooding. Steve says, we have a special event Saturday in Scarborough. Should we cancel? No, you'll be all right. I think you'll be all right. As long as you don't mind driving in the rain for a while. Especially it's in the afternoon. I think you'll be in decent shape. But you'll get a little snow on the front end. All right, people are still checking in. Like half of Maine, all right. South of Sugar, North Anson. Yeah, I know where North Anson is. Yeah, you'll be in the lower end of the 8 to 12 probably. What time does it start in Biddeford? 4 a.m. 4 a.m. Saturday. Winds on Sunday up in ski country. Well, I'd urge everyone to stay away because the wind. No, the winds will be all right. It'll be breezy, but you might get some lift holds in some of the areas. I'm just saying that because I'm going to take my kids skiing on Sunday, and I want shorter lift lines. Maybe if we tell everybody to stay away, we get shorter lift lines. That's the plan. Ryan is a pancake breakfast in Sebago Thursday morning. On Saturday morning. It's going to be snowing there for the pancake breakfast, Ryan. I think it will. You'll probably see a changeover late morning, though. What time does it start, Lewiston, Maine? Let's take a guess. 5 a.m. That's what I'm going with. 5 a.m. These are guesses. 2 days out. All right, folks. Did I answer everyone's question? I hope I did. Let's go through this just one more time. If you're just joining us on Facebook, X, and YouTube, we can look at the timing, and then we'll look at the amounts again real quickly. There's the storm, how it comes together. Boom, boom, boom. Snow to mix to rain. That's all Saturday. Tomorrow's great. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Tomorrow's a good day. Start time, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Back edge moves out 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. It's an all-day event Saturday. Tomorrow, great start. Teens early in the day. Clouds increase during the afternoon. Temps will be in the 30s. Winds will be lighter than today. Still a little gusty. We'll get gusts over 20 miles per hour. And there's the snow coming in, 5 a.m. Everyone gets snow. We're changing over to sleet, freezing rain. Coastal areas get the rain. Inland areas, you'll get sleet and freezing rain for a while. The mountains stay mostly, if not all, snow. Even there, though, you might mix with some sleet. That may hold totals down a bit. Back edge moves out probably around midnight. That back edge, heavy rain, and some inland wintry mix moves out around midnight, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. on Saturday night into Sunday. And then Sunday's a good day. So that's how things are shaping up. There's your snowfall amounts. This is what we just went through, 1 to 3 at the coast. Those ramp up to about 8 to 14 in the mountains. I think there'll be some spots get a little bit more over the higher elevations. And rainfall amounts, near the coastline. Some of this is falling for snow inland, so take that with a grain of salt. But I think this is going to be a bigger rain event for the coastal plain than it is a snow event. So at least in this area right here. So we're going to be monitoring that. All right. I think we can put this one to bed and join us back here tomorrow night. We will have another update. Of course, tomorrow's Friday, night before our snow mix and rain event for Saturday. And again, it looks like the coastal flooding will not be an issue. Wind should not be much of an issue either. And I think we'll be in pretty good shape there. All right. Have a nice night, everyone. We'll have more updates on CBS 13, 11, Fox 23 at 10. We'll see you then.
Live, interactive CBS 13 and Fox 23 Weather Authority coverage for your next Maine adventure has been sponsored by Rennie's.
Rennie's, a Maine adventure.
Make sure to stay connected with CBS 13 and Fox 23 on air, online, and through these social channels. Thank you for watching.